talk to you. Hello. I never thought I would spend money on masterpiece figures because when I started collecting, I was buying from the shops. I was buying at the most. I was spending 20 quid on a sort of a deluxe or even a Voyager sometimes if you could get them cheap enough. I never thought I would have a masterpiece. My friend that I always mention, John, we're going to TFYTC. It's going to be great. It's just less than a month right now, I think. When I started collecting, I seen his collection. He had masterpieces. He had expensive figures that he got online, and I thought, do you know what? I'm never going to be able to afford it. I don't know if I'd be willing to spend that money on a masterpiece or a third party figure. It's really expensive for what is essentially a toy. I've since this year I've spent money on I got Combiner Wars Devastator. He was like 150 quid, and that was like tweaky bumhole ordering that because that's a lot of money to spend on what's essentially a toy. And it scared me a little because I'm not really well off. I'm a registered carer for my father-in-law. My wife is disabled, so we do not make a lot of money. We hardly make any money at all. But I'm not going into personal details, but I came into some money, and I bought Combiner Wars Devastator. I ordered Masterpiece Sideswipe at the same time, and that was so much. I ordered a couple of things. It came at like 200 and something quid, 240 quid or something like that. And I was like, oh god, that's a lot of money to spend on fucking toys. So that was what, January this year? Now I'm like, it's totally worth it. It's just the best decision ever made to take that leap. The quality of these figures. No, I mean, Combiner Wars Devastator. You just see his feet there. Combiner Wars Devastator's quality isn't the best, but he's overall what you pay. You get what you pay for, and he's for 150 quid 6-box combiner. He's perfectly acceptable, and I enjoy him very much. Although he was up there, and then I was through in the living room one night, and all I heard was came through, and he fell off the top shelf and taken some of my masterpieces with him. Luckily, the wife had left a basket of washing on the floor, so they all landed softly, and Sideswipe and Sun Surge and Hot Rod, they were all fine. Which I don't know what had happened if they hadn't been there. Yeah. Anyway, so what I was going to say was I've got a few masterpieces since, and I recently picked up Wheeljack. I can't remember if I've already said this in another video. If I have, I don't know. I don't keep track. These are I literally camera on, pick up toy, one take. I don't retake. I don't think about what I'm going to say. As you can probably tell by the stuttering and the mumbling and the nonsense sometimes, and the getting names wrong every single friggin' video I do. Anyway, yeah. So I got Masterpiece Wheeljack, and he is just beautiful. He is flawless in every regard. He looks amazing. His transformation's amazing. His plastic and materials feel nice and sturdy. Everything about this figure is just grade A, and I now have a better appreciation of why some people aren't willing to spend money on inferior toys, even though they only cost like a tenth of the price. I now understand why someone might go, I don't care if it's only £10, it's no worth it. I don't get, it's just too low quality for me, or whatever. I completely understand that now. To the point where I went to a shop, it was to get Titans Return stuff. I'd actually sold a lot of my gaming collection. I'd sold quite a few things, some of my Game Boy Advances, on eBay to pay for my Toys R Us, my Titans Return stuff, and I'd got like nearly all Wave 1 apart from Blaster and Sentinel Prime, and so I put some stuff on eBay to make up for spending that money, and my auctions ended up going for quite a lot more than I thought they would. Yeah, so I was able to afford this guy, and he's just so good. Oh. Legs akimbo, pal. I would recommend him to anyone. If you've not got this masterpiece, and he's on Kapow now, or he was at least just after I ordered him anyway, a couple of weeks ago, I recommend getting him. He is 50 quid well spent. I had my first masterpiece like disaster recently. Hang on. Oh, I can't be asked to get him. Hot Rodimus, whatever you want to call him. MP28. He's got that visor that comes like you lift the top of his bonds up, and it's got the sort of the visor that he's got in the movie. You know when he says Decepticons, comes down. because I've got fat fingers and the thing was like a millimetre thick, I pulled it off the other day. I'm so gutted. I think if I can find someone who's got the steady hands to just put a dab of glue and glue them back on, I think I can get it back on. It snapped completely in half. And it's not a big deal because I wasn't going to really use it anyway, but it's a pain in the ass that it's broke. Anyway, oh, I wanted this video to be short and it's 5 minutes already, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, so, like I said, I thought I was never going to get masterpieces, sorry I'm doing that, I'm looking at the screen, I hate when folk do that. There's someone now who enjoys videos a little bit, but he constantly, he's like, yeah, so I was talking to him, and it's like, fuck, I look at the screen and you feel like you're talking to somebody over my shoulder. But then it's hard, you need to make sure you're fucking looking at the screen. Yeah, so masterpiece. Never thought I'd get any, and I own about 6. And they are just a joy. Most of them I've got, especially like even third party stuff. I've only got one, and it's Sun Surgeon. I love him. I really like him. Even though he seems to be a love or hate figure. Although I've not actually seen that much love for him. It's just people get him and enjoy him. There's no like people saying fuck you, he's amazing. I think he is, but then I've not really got any other third party stuff to compare him to. So, but I love him. He was worth the money to me. So it's a personal thing. I don't know. I did mention in a previous video I was considering selling him. No, I picked him up not long after making that video and was like, no, I'm never getting rid of you. Unless I get rid of all my collection, I'm never getting rid of you. You're quite special to me. Anywho. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing this video is because I got contacted by someone on one of the social networking sites offering me a masterpiece figure for a very reasonable price. A very reasonable, practically giving it away. But and I of course accepted because it was a very generous offer, and it came, and oh my god, I've seen this thing in real life before, but oh my god, am I so happy to have this. And it is, don't knock my camera, Masterpiece Grimlock. Oh my god, this thing is so good. I've seen Border Dudes, he's got Grimlock, and I've seen him, and he's obviously a lovely figure, but this thing is just so representative of the character it portrays. Oh my god, it's so good, and I'm so happy to have it. It's unbelievable. I don't need to review the figure, it's like dead old now, but he's just, in every sense, he's Grimlock. It came with everything apart from his crown. His crown's not there, but if I want, I could pick it up at TFN. I don't know if I will. Maybe if I do, like I've seen people have made those like stick type Games of Thrones type ones for him. Pardon me, I might do that. So if I do, I'll get his crown. If I see his crown at TFN and it's just like £5 or whatever, I'll pick it up. Right, this video's going to be 10 minutes long. It's going to take 6 hours to upload, but I don't care. Yeah. Oh, it's just so good. Everything frees joints. His weird wee dino arms with his weird wee fingers that just look weird but are awesome. To his mouth. It's just his head. It's really weird that he essentially doesn't have any sort of like emotion in his face, but he's such an emotive figure. It's weird. He just looks like Grimlock, and it's awesome. I'm not going to transform him because I kind of be arsed, but I mean, I love the fact that he's got the blue eyes for the cartoon, and then the red eyes for is it the comic or the original toy? Like in there, that's just such an awesome wee gimmick, and he's got the same in robot mode. He's got the wee like he's got the little like blaster for fire in there. What other? And he comes with a. I think I've transformed him properly. But there you go. Hey. It's just such a good figure, and the chap that contacted me about him, it was very generous thing to do, because it's just nice. You know what? This community, there's a few things that they do that there's a few bad apples. The TYFTC, Transformers YouTube, that's right. They have to deal with some arseholes sometimes. We cannot be arseholes, and being an arsehole's fine. Being an arsehole or a cunt is like being a pervert. It's perfectly acceptable. As long as you didn't date at the right fucking time and date to the right people. Didn't need to be a dick for the sake of it. And there's been a couple recently who've done it in any other web page or social site I've been on. That would have caused so much trouble that it might have made it a place to not visit anymore. But with the Transformers YouTube community Facebook page, they just dealt with it. Both instances recently with a bit of sort of class, to be honest, and it was very much appreciated. I said in a tweet, a message to the last mod who'd said, look, I removed this person for this reason, I don't think it's necessary to be like that on this page. I said that, unbelievably, that place is now becoming my sort of happy place on the internet, because you just know you can go there and express yourself and share your love of toys. And there's, what I've noticed recently is you'll have like people sharing like RID stuff, and we all know that the RID stuff isn't for everybody. But what's happening is people are just, it's posted, and if folk want to comment positively, they are. If they don't, they just don't. There's no one saying, no, for fuck's sake, why are you buying this rubbish? I mean, you know, you flick through a post and you'll think, oh, for fuck's sake. Especially like the original dudes like Brad and Dave and stuff. I don't want to say original, but the sort of the lads who are a bit more invested in it than some of us. They must get fed up with certain things happening in the group. But if they do, and that's just a guess, I'm not saying they do. If they do, they're very polite and very I don't know what the word is, like they just let you be who you want to be, and that page to go on and express yourself is fantastic. Other sites like places like Twitter and like even places like Instagram, I post a lot there. You don't get the level of interaction you do on the TYFTC page, and you definitely don't get the level of sort of joy, like the sort of shared joy, as you do. But that's not completely true either. I'm just saying that sometimes it's easier to like have negative things thrown at you on places like Twitter. But like I said, one of the great things about the community is there's quite a few generous people, and I know like Inkybods, who I'm hoping to meet at TF Nation this year. He seems like a genuinely nice dude who's got rid of most of his collection, sold a lot of it, gave away quite a lot of it. I've just seen him buying Power Master Prime, like online. I've never seen him in the shop, and I think he might have the taste for it again. I hope he has. I'm looking forward to meeting him this year. I'm looking forward to meeting quite a few years actually this year, because you all seem like genuinely nice dudes. Mr. Dave Shotton, I'd like to meet him. He's the kind of guy that can put one deadly comment online and it ends me, it breaks me, because he's so funny. I want to see Dave Mence again, Brad, I'd like to meet them. There's loads of you that I only know by your online monikers that are just funny dudes who make my love of Transformers just that wee bit nicer to sort of experience. Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, I love this toy. I love him so much. Can I put you there? Can you stand? MP Grimlock, no stand. There we go. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, so, I've went on a bit in a waffly rant there. What was I talking about? I don't know. Just like I was saying, Masterpiece figures, once it was a weird thing, like I didn't understand them until I got them. Now I do, I love them. I do not consider them a waste of money in any way, shape or form. I usually sell something from a gaming collection to buy a Masterpiece figure. So I'm not sure I'd just use the money. I don't think I'd just go into my normal bank account and just be like, oh fuck it, 50 quid. Because I have a family to look after and they come more than first in my life, and these things can just, if they needed anything that I couldn't give them, this would just get sold, and it wouldn't bother me in the slightest. But yeah, so now I own this lad, and he's a fucking favourite now. He's so good. It just I have to say that recently the Transformers community especially, and it's great, is just becoming this really friendly, supportive and sort of welcoming and inclusive place. There's plenty of folk from all different types, so situations and backgrounds and everything, and when it comes to sharing on the TYFTC especially, or with the people that you meet on other social sites, those things don't come into it. If you're a decent person, that it doesn't matter if you're younger or older or married or single or gay or straight or female or male or transgender or cisgendered. I don't understand what that is, but I'm trying. Yeah, it's just such an inclusive, awesome fucking hobby to have at the moment. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who helps me through the day and stuff, and makes me enjoy these little fucking plastic dudes. I have waffled for 15 minutes now. This is going to take like a year to upload, but I don't care, I'm in a good mood. Yeah, so if you're swithering about Masterpiece figures, because they are a lot of money to a lot of people, I recommend them. I recommend Wheeljack. I recommend Grimlock, especially. Oh God, just gonna play. I might actually bring him to TFN just as my sort of mascot. That again, we'll see. Yeah, I recommend Masterpiece figures. I recommend third party if you find the right ones, because they can sometimes supply something that the official stuff doesn't. I've noticed. I recommend being nice to your fellow fans, and I recommend life.